Today we're going to be doing some chest lifts and drops. Now I'm not going to go into the complete technique of lifts and drops with the chest because we've done that in a previous class. So that's in another video. But we're just going to touch on that a little bit. And then we're going to add arms and a traveling step. We're also going to work on some hip lifts and drops, which we've also done, but we're going to layer different movements or a different combo to that movement. And we are going to try to get to our third combo with the hip accent on drops and drop and drop and drop. So hopefully we can get those done. So let's start with a little bit of a warm-up. And relax. Shimmy. So let's start with our chest. Our chest, we're going to think about it as 1, 2, and 3. When we do our chest lifts, it has nothing to do with our shoulders. It's completely in our frame. Everything we're doing today is in our body, torso. Our frame itself has nothing to do with our arms when it comes to movement. So our chest, 1, 2, and 3, our lifts will be on a 1. Our chest is just lifting. It has nothing to do with our shoulders going back or us opening our rib cage. Is on a nice lift, being 1. Our neutral position will be 2, and our chest drop will be 3. When we drop, we're not dropping our shoulders, we're just dropping our chest a little bit. So we have 1, neutral, 2, and a drop on 3. And those are the numbers we'll be using, 1, 2, 3. So let's do 1 and 2. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's do 3 and 2. So we have 2 and 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, neutral, 3, neutral, 3. I'm breathing, neutral, breathe, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Now let's do 1 and 3. So we're going to skip 2 altogether. And 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Now if our accent is on a lift, then we are going to have a soft drop on 3, but we're really going to hit it a little bit harder on 1. So we have a soft 3 and 1. So the complete movement look like this. My drop is soft, but my lift is a little bit stronger. Soft, lift, soft, lift, soft, lift, soft, lift. If I'm doing an accent on the drop, which is 3, then it will be the opposite. A soft lift and drop, 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 drop. If my accent is both on a lift and a drop, then it will be very isolated. And if it's soft on both, then it's lift and drop with no solid lifts or drops. So those are the different ways you can use your chest lifts and drops on an accent on a lift, accent on a drop, accent on lift and drops, and our soft lifts and drops. Like I said, that's in our previous class, few before, so we're not going to go into the dynamics of all of those. So we're going to take that movement and we're going to layer that with some arm work and traveling step. The traveling step we're going to be doing is basic steps, just walking back and forward. That's all we're doing with our traveling steps. So a neutral position, and we're just going to do lifts and drops for now. And lifts and drop, lift 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 and drop. Keep it going. Next. Now we're going to walk with this movement and we're going to walk back. Lift and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop, and keep it going while walking back. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure your shoulders are not up because you're thinking too much. Drop your shoulders. Back, going back, relax. Now we're just going to walk forward. Lift and drop, lift and drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, breathe, breathe, breathe and back. Drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift. relax. I'm just going to do it to the side. Watch off for this. Nice and strong. And lift and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop. Relax and breathe. Nice. So let's add our second arm position. Shake it out. This is arm position that we're going to be going for. Again, this will be in another video we did with our previous classes. So we're not going to go through the dynamics of this one, but it's nice and soft. Turn your wrist as you change, turn your wrist as you change, and relax. So we're going to add this arm movement while doing the chest lifts and drops. So first, get the lifts and drops going. Relax. Lift and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop, and keep it going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 5, 6, 7, 8, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to take the same arm work with your chest, and we're going to do the same walking pattern. We're going to walk back, simple walking, and walk forward. Get our chest lifts going, and lifts and drop. Make sure you're breathing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Forward. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. 1, 2. Breathe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax. Shake it out. Roll it out. Nice. So let's put this to some music, and we're going to go really slow. Take your time. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed. Make sure it's down, not up. Relax, down. And we are in our posture, nice and solid. Our knees are soft. And we're going to start in our position just on the spot for now. And back. Forward. Back. Nice. Now let's try with our second arm position. job. So let's do some hip lifts and drops. For our hip lifts and drops, as I mentioned, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but just a refresher. Nice and tucked in, and lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. We are lifting on our right, in my case, my right side, and when I drop, I am dropping neutral. I'm not going to swing across. I'm staying neutral. Lift, center, lift, center. Center meaning the center of my body. If I put my foot down on the floor, I'm in a straight line. I'm not on my opposite side. So I have my one in front of the other, very, very small movements, and lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Now we're going to treat our hips the same way we did our chest, which means our accent will be on a lift or a drop. So we can have an accent on the drop or on the lift. Lift, drop. But it doesn't matter if you're dropping or you're lifting, it still stays isolated on the side that you're actually working on or dancing on. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. You're lifting up into your rib cage and you're dropping to the floor. Opposite leg, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. My back leg is soft. It's not locked. It's soft. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. That's our basic hip lifts and drops. So let's do the same thing that we did with our chest. We're going to do our neutral arm position, lifts, drops, lifts, drops, and then we're going to change our arms, same arm pattern with our hips. So it's pretty much the same as the lifts and drops as we did before. Now we are going to just add our arms. And switch, 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 second arm position, let's talk about the switching. Our hip stays the same. Lifts and drop, lifts and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop. When I switch my direction, so I'm going from 12 o'clock with my right leg in my case, I'm going to take it all the way back to 6 o'clock, transfer my weight. While I'm transferring my weight, my hip is on that lift because I am back in this position. And I'm going to go back into my drop. It's a continuous movement, but I'm trying to not do at all switch, switch, and then lift and drop. This is happening at the same time. So I'm transferring my weight and my hip goes up, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop. So I have to be on an up so I can drop. Transfer my feet, transfer my weight. So I'm now going to be at the back and I'm going to lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Transfer my weight, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Transfer back, transfer my weight, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. So let's do that a couple times. Right hip. I'm starting on a lift because I want to go on a drop. And lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Now we have that in place. And 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm on a lift, I am going to transfer my leg back, transfer my weight back. My opposite leg is at the front. My hip is on the lift. Try not to overthink this movement too much. I'm on a lift, so there's nowhere to go but down. Drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, transfer, and transfer, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, transfer, and transfer, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. When my arm is changing direction, the same thing is happening. While my hips and my feet, everything is transferring to the opposite side, so is my arms. So everybody end up at the same time in their position. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, switch, and lift, drop, 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 switch, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, switch. You can switch on your lift, you can switch on your drop because your leg is still unweighted. You can switch on your lift because your leg is unweighted. Either one is fine. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, and switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. If I want to switch on my lift, when I'm on my lift, then I can switch. Same thing. Sometimes you don't always end up on a lift or on a drop when time to change, and that's okay because your leg is pretty much unweighted, which means you can travel. Okay, so let's do a few more of those. And 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 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 So let's put this to some music again. So let's put our first combo and this combo together, and you'll feel the difference. You should feel the difference, and you should also feel where that drop is happening, where that lift is happening. You would tend to want to drop to the music. You want to go with the music. I want you to feel the music. This is actually a combo rhythm piece, so you should be able to want to go with the rhythm. Either way, I want you to isolate. The key here is to isolate your chest from the rest of your shoulders, to isolate your lifts, your lifts and your drops, and same as your hips. You're isolating your hips from your chest. So you're not using your chest when using your hips, and you are isolating your hips from the right to the left side, so you're not going across. Isolation is what's going to make this what you want it to look like. And your arm work is a simple, you can keep it all neutral if you like, or you can change into our arm, basic Egyptian arms. So let's add those two together, which will be drop, lift, and our traveling step. Then we're going to go into our neutral arms and our hips and our arms, traveling back. So let's pick up the speed a little bit on the same combo, but instead of doing 4 sets, for every second we're going to change. So we're going to do our 2 twice, switch, switch. So we're doing this a little bit faster. Start off nice and slow. Chest. Switch. Yay! Good job.